Blades the Binding of Isaac. I'm gonna go ahead and start us on a new run here. Let's do an. Let's see, what have we done yet?
I'm gonna go ahead and start us on a
We
new
haven't
run
done Eve, so I'm gonna go ahead and do. We're on Eve or Samson. I'm gonna do Samson run. I like him a little more. So Samson starts with no consumables, slightly higher speed, slightly worse tiers, and everything else is pretty much the same. His deal is that he starts with an item called Bloody Lust. Whenever he gets hit, his damage increases for the floor. So there's some interesting things you can do with that. Infestation 2 is going to be our first item room. That's actually a really great item. Whenever you kill an enemy, it turns into a spider. Spiders that kill enemies do not turn into spiders, so you can't just keep infinitely spawning spiders, unfortunately. That's fine. It's still a great way to start, and apparently some of those TNT barrels counted as enemies, because as you can see, we have some spiders following us around that are a result of that, I would assume. Take out all these flies, which should pretty quickly kill themselves. We'll get a bomb to use in that next room, so we can open up that tinted rock. Hopefully get a spirit heart that we'll be able to use to give us a better chance of Devil Deal next floor. We can just get a black heart right now. I'm gonna go do our last room on this floor. We do want to leave this floor with 5 cents, because if we do, then we have a chance at getting an arcade on the next floor. Arcades can only spawn on even numbered floors, and you have to have at least 5 cents for one to spawn, I believe, or it increases the chances of one spawning at the very least. Arcades are really great, especially for Samson. Got our 5 cents there. Because the IV bag can drop, which is a really fantastic spacebar item for him. So you pretty much want to always make your 5 cents work for you with Samson. Always leave the first floor with it at least. To which case we're not going to go to the shop because we don't want to spend any of our money, even if there's something worth buying in there. Just running into a wall there while I'm checking my map. That's, you know, smart looking. Well, this might be a secret room. It is. Got a chest, a spirit heart, and some cash. That's a great secret room. We could use a bomb to get into our shop. I'm going to use a bomb right here. This tinted rock. It's a bomb and a key. We can go into our shop just because we have the extra keys, and I might as well. It'd be nice to have this. We don't have the money for it. And as I said, I want to save my money anyway. So I think I'm fine with waiting and just moving on. I'm gonna fight the Haunt here for our first boss. Not too bad. Can be a bit of a pain. Definitely one of the worst first floor bosses to fight. The first phase can be rather unpredictable with the way these guys move. It can be hard to dodge them. He's not super tanky though, so at least he dies quick. And I can typically get tagged by something like that sometimes. Just make sure you keep your distance, so you get plenty of time to see what he's gonna do. You don't ever really want to get trapped against a wall with him, because that's a good way to take damage. We're just gonna slowly take him out here. Oh, that was bad. But as you can see, we took our first hit, and we got a half a point of damage upgrade. And that continues. I don't remember exactly how far it takes you. But you do get a considerable boost if you really go for it on the floor, which we'll probably see next floor. Hopefully we get an arcade to spawn and I can kind of show some of that stuff. Oh, that's terrible. Oh well. I'm gonna get moldy bread. It's a midnight snack because it's a heart container, and we're gonna move on to the caves 2. Hopefully hopefully an arcade spawn for us here. We can play a blood bank, which will be able to take damage. It'll give us some money. And also, those stonies count as enemies apparently, so that's nice. Get some free spiders. Yeah, we want... If we can take constructive damage, I know Northern Lion calls it that a lot, but if we can take some damage that gives us something in return with Samson, it's generally a good idea. Because you'll get a damage increase for the rest of that room, the rest of that floor rather, which is, you know, super handy. Just be able to clear the floor out faster and easier. We're going to take Vibrant Bulb here. We've had it before. If we have a charged spacebar item, it'll give us an all stats upgrade. We do not have a spacebar item currently, but there's no reason not to keep it. That balls of steel pill is fantastic. Gonna progress on here. I like these stonies now that I know they make free spiders for us. That's cool. Go into our item room first. It's a unicorn stump, which is actually a really great item. As you can see, we got an all stats upgrade there just for having a spacebar item. So we probably won't use it super often. The unicorn stump doesn't seem to have much of an effect starting out. I'll use it the next chance we get. It's a one-room charge, so I can use it. I become invincible for the room, or for a while, but I can't do damage to anything, and I can't shoot. Where that really comes into effect is if you get an orbital, which will do damage just from anything that touches you, or touches the orbital. It's really great. I'm going to go ahead and use it here so I can avoid taking damage getting into that room. That's particularly great because the orbital, you can just use your invincibility and run into things with an orbital, so we really want an orbital in this run. So we're going to use our unicorn stump here to just play the crap out of these demon beggars. We're also going to use our regular heart form, and as you can see, every time we play them, we get a damage upgrade. So I don't mind it so much. We got Gimpy, which is great. Remember, if we ever get hit, it has a chance of giving us stuff. Giving us consumables, rather. I'm going to take just a little more. Probably not worth it. That's fine. I'm leaving. If we can get some more spirit hearts, or if we can get some more red hearts, I'll probably go back and try to play him some more. But at this point, I can't really justify it too much. As you can see, we now have 10 damage just from all the damage we've taken on this floor from playing those demon beggars and running into spikes and such. So we're at a much better place. I would like to get... not going to blow up that, right. I want to save that. We wanting to play our machine, which is fine. We've got lots of money here. There's a tinted rock. We're going to get all these pennies. And I'm going to go back to our shop. And I'm going to pick up Hive Mind. This gives us giant spiders and flies, so all of our spiders and flies will do more damage, making Infestation 2 an even better item. Just want to get out of there. I'm going to fight Monstro here. He should go down pretty quick with our 11.85 damage. Keep in mind, most of that damage is going to go away the second we enter the next floor. Mom's coin purse, what have we got? And I found pills, that doesn't do anything. Power pill, so invincibility. Tears upgrades, nice. And a speed upgrade, so that's pretty good payout. I'm actually not going to take this. It's Brother Bobby, I'll pick it up at some point later. It's not very good. It doesn't really help us much for this run. But it's going to hopefully let us get angel deals later. If you see our percentage chance there at the bottom, oh, that was terrible. But Gimpy paid out. I'm actually going to go back and play that Demon Judgment and try to get another item out of him. But, yeah, we got angel chance. So, hopefully, we can get an angel deal on this run. I can kind of show those off. It's always kind of a crapshoot. You never really know if you're going to get them. Just the Bible tract gives me a faith upgrade. It does not increase the chances, unfortunately. I'm going to get rid of just a little more health. I hope this guy's going to pay out for me. I found pills is useless. He's just refusing to. I'm going to do one more. One more. No. That's... oh, Sun card. Great. So Sun card does a few things. It shows off your secret room, where they are. So we can go in here. That's a golden poop, which gives us lots of money. It also deals damage to everyone in the room, and it fully refills your health. So I can just play this guy to my heart's content some more. And he paid out with the virus, which is a pretty good item. If you can run into enemies to poison them, and if they die while they're poisoned, you can possibly get black hearts out of it. So actually a great strategy for us will probably be to use Unicorn Horn and run into them and get black hearts. Thank you, Count, for advertising the show, using your limited knowledge of internets. Open up these chests, get some stuff. And as you can see, our damage has dropped back down to a 3.5 instead of 11.85, which is a little disappointing. I'm going to use the virus here and run into these enemies. Just let them die. As you can see, one of them spawned a black heart for us, so if we keep doing that, then we will eventually, you know, be very well off. We got Steve in there with his damage upgrade, very happy to have that. And we also got Bob's Curse, which gives us some poison bombs. I'm going to use Unicorn Horn to get in here for free. Pop this open, it's just some troll bombs, don't care about that. We're going to blast this thing open. It's a power pill, so even more invincibility. We're going to just go ahead and use our death card. Killed everything in the room for us, gave us some flies and some spiders. Happy about that. Got pop our car, or pop our unicorn stump in here and just run over enemies. Unfortunately, with the current way we're currently playing, we're not going to get much use out of Vibrant Bulb. So I really wouldn't mind if we can pick up a different trinket, and plus we've already kind of shown it off. So probably should have just taken the Bible tract, but that's okay. Gonna take our invincibility here. What's up, Mikey? How you doing, buddy? Gonna run through, gonna pop our invincibility, we're gonna hug some enemies. Oh, I stood there too long. I'm gonna go ahead and use power pill. Oh, everything died. Well, I wasted power pill, but that's okay. No big loss there, if I'm being honest. It's a little slight bummer. Didn't get any black hearts from that room, that's okay. We haven't had this yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up. It's the leech. It's got a little worm dude that follows us around, and he'll kind of attach to enemies and deal some damage, and sometimes he will make them spawn red hearts when he kills them, or he'll heal us, that's right. He won't actually spawn red hearts, he just heals us. So we need to stop just running into enemies with, but we did get 2 black hearts in that room, so that's not a bad thing. That's a little bit now that we've run into enemies after we've cleared, or after they've already kind of died. And taken damage from it, or after the invincibility's worn off, rather, and taken damage from it, so we should probably stop doing that. But also, you know what, it does give us a damage upgrade because of Bloody Lust, and we're generating all the black hearts, so I think it's probably going to be just fine in the end. But it's still a thing, it's a bad habit to get into. Gonna walk into all these enemies. You don't get these runs a whole lot, where you can just kind of walk into things to kill them all the time. It's a pretty good time. It's an archetype you don't get to play around with a ton. Unicorn Stump. It's nice to be able to show off kind of how powerful Unicorn Stump can be. A lot of runs it doesn't really pan out, doesn't end up being much of anything. I'll blow this guy up. I'd like to take Nun's Habit, but I don't think we can, unless we find some more cash. Which doesn't look like there's a whole lot of chance. Maybe in here. No, just some keys. That's fine. We'll put these mushrooms just in case. Nothing. And we're going to go fight our boss. Against Gertie, I could do our Unicorn Stump virus combo, but he's pretty tanky. So it's going to take a long time for the poison to do much. It's really not going to do a lot of damage to him. So I think instead, I'm just going to use my shots. We have accrued up to a 7.3 damage on this floor. So I think I'm just going to rock that and take him out. You know what? At the end of it, I'm going to pop this just so I can kill everything and maybe get some black hearts. And it worked. Great. Here's Mom's lipstick. It's just a range up. Not going to be very important to the run, I don't think. But that's okay. We'll take it. It's part of the Mom transformation. Which, you know, if we get it, will give us a little orbital action. Which on this run would be a nice thing. Even more damage just walking into enemies. Just gonna stand here while Lust continues to run into me for a while. It did most of it right there. Gonna give me a range down pill, which I'm not very interested in. Justice card just dropped some consumables for me. Unfortunately, Unicorn Stump won't do much here because these enemies are kind of stuck on a little island. So, you know, not the best. One thing we would like, if we'd like to get Flight, and that way we can keep doing our Unicorn Stump strategy in rooms like this. But it's not mandatory. It would be nice, though. Gonna just murder Larry Jr. here. Drop a bomb. Open up this chest. Okay, we got an Eternal Heart. It's probably best to save that in case we got, like, some kind of donation machine or blood machine. And then we could play... Oops. That's fine. And then we could play that, because if we play it now, we'll lose the Eternal Heart, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Humbling Bundles, one of the best items you can get in the shop, in my opinion. Basically, anytime that a consumable would drop, two of them drop, or it kind of doubles what it is. So if you remember before, that was a single red heart, it's now a double red heart. Any single pennies that would drop are now going to be 2 pennies. So it's just an all-around, like, it kind of sets you up for the rest of your run as far as consumables go. Oh, that's fine. We got hit, but it's okay. We're healing pretty dang quick here because of the virus. So I'm not too concerned about taking some damage every now and again, and in fact it's just going to give me a bloody lust increase of damage, so I'm not worried about it. As you can see right there, we got a key and a bomb already back from our humbling bundle. Should pay for itself pretty quickly, if I'm being honest. Just got to get 15 individual penny upgrades to drop for it to pay for itself, which you typically get pretty quick in a run. These guys are pretty tanky, and you know, half of them I couldn't get to, so I'm just gonna kill them with regular shots. But most rooms I'm still gonna do our old virus trick here. And the leech is doing a good job of finishing off what we don't kill with the virus. Between the leech and the spiders, it's a pretty good little setup here. We're gonna go back and search for our item room. We also want to find our super secret room, which is probably next to our boss fight down there. Instead of using a bomb, I could have used Unicorn Stump to walk over the spikes, but I'd already sent the bomb at the time I thought about it, so whatever. Got a little brimstone from my item room there. It's pretty nice. Shoots some frickin' laser beams. We like those. The count right now, according to Twitch, it says 4 people are watching, but I've found that's a pretty unreliable gauge most of the time. Mikey, you're correct. That is less than 69. I'm just gonna blow all these up. Hopefully get some money out of them. Oh well. I did get a Tears upgrade, making that totally worth it. Don't really care. This might be a super secret room, actually. Nope. That's fine. Just looked like it really could have well been in there. Gonna move on to our boss fight here. It shouldn't give us too much trouble. We haven't gotten as much of a damage upgrade this floor. We're only at a 6.3. So if it's not a tanky boss, I'll probably try and use Unicorn Horn to take him out. But we'll see. Here's our super secret room. It's an Eternal Heart, so we just get full HP now. Now I'm kind of wishing we had Devil Deal to trade away some of this HP, because we really don't need all this. But that's fine. I think for a little bit, at least until he goes down once, I'm gonna just damage out the Stained, and now I'm gonna use Unicorn Stump to hopefully finish him off. I would still love to get an Orbital to for the Unicorn Stump combo to be even better. Oh, no Devil Deal. We had a 72% chance, and we did not get it. I'm gonna take that speed upgrade pill. Well, on the next floor, we have a 100% chance to get it, so we at least have that. Alright, moving on. We're just gonna stump our way through here. Did pretty well for us, made another black heart. We might get to the point in this run where even if we don't have invincibility, it might make sense to run into enemies since we have all the extra HP. And every time it gets used up, we deal damage to enemies anyway. So that might be the quickest way to get through rooms. We don't really care if we're, you know, taking damage ourselves, because we're gonna get it right back. Oh, that's terrible. Oh well, I'm just gonna walk into him from now on. I don't know why I'm trying to fuck around with this too much. That worked out. We're gonna go into, we got a Devil Deal still. We didn't get our Angel Deal to happen. I'm gonna take, we got our black powder here, so this is the one that makes pentagrams. I'm gonna take Book of Sin as well. Whenever you use it, it gives you consumable. I'm gonna keep rocking Unicorn Stump just because I don't get to use this this kind of synergy usually. So I want to play with it while I get the chance. We are looking pretty good. We're gonna finish up this floor. You know, I might actually skip the floor, and we might just go for boss rush. I think I'm gonna do that. Well, I've only got 2 minutes to get there. I might be able to make it. So if you can beat Mom's Foot in under 20 minutes, you unlock a special thing called Boss Rush. And if you do Boss Rush, then you get the chance of collecting... You can get one of 4 items to pick from. But you have to fight pretty much every boss in the game. But we're going to try and push through and do that. Just because we can, more than anything else. If we can get a card that will teleport us to there, or get a teleport card in general, we can get out of there too. And I'll kind of show that off when it becomes a thing, instead of trying to explain it too much right now. I still have pretty low base damage. So rooms where we can't walk into enemies or take a little while. We've only got 1 bomb. I would bomb my way out of some rooms to make things go faster, but I unfortunately don't have enough bombs to make that really very viable. Hopefully we find our boss fight here pretty quick, or we won't have time to actually do the mob fight. We generally need about 30 seconds to complete the mob fight. So hopefully we find it pretty soon here. This is our devil deal. Just die. Just die, please. I'm gonna pick up Guppy's Paw. We're gonna move on, and there's our mob fight. So we did find it. Come on, die. We gotta book it in there pretty quick if we want to get to boss rush. Just gonna stand here, let her hit me. Run into all the little bits and pieces. I'm just gonna take some damage here, actually. We're gonna want a higher damage stat for boss rush anyway. And we want to get through this fast enough to actually be able to get into boss rush. And you see it up there, it's in the north door. I'm actually not sure how Count became a mod. There's a bunch of items here. They all do different stuff. We could take Golden Teleporter and get out of here, but we would lose our Unicorn Stump. I don't want to do that. This is a teleport item, is what that does. This is number 2. It lets us poop out bombs every now and again. Here's a fly item. Whenever we get hit, it deals damage. It follows enemies around and does damage to them. This one's a little more interesting. This is Libra. It balances out all of our stats. We're going to take that so we can kind of see what it does. So it's a little bit of a weird item. So any upgrade we pick up from now on is going to be an all stats upgrade. And what that means for Bloody Lust as well is also pretty weird. Every time we get hit, now all of our stats go up some instead of just our damage. It's probably a bad thing, if I'm being honest. But I thought it'd be interesting, so I went ahead and picked it up. No, I did. This is not my first boss rush in since I restarted Binding of Isaac Mikey. I did one more on a looping run, a victory lap earlier, but that was it. This is my first non-victory lap boss rush. I think this is going to be the first one that actually counts. Oh no. Okay, I almost took damage from that creep there. This might actually be a tough one to make it through. Our damage stat's not too great. Doing a lot of damage just from trying to keep things poisoned with the virus, which against bosses doesn't really do a whole ton. That's okay, we'll make it through. It'll be a little bit of a process, but we'll get there. With the help of our spider friends and our little brimstone and our leech. If we come down to it and I get mad enough at this, I'll probably just start throwing black hearts at the problem. Because we can always generate more, and as long as we don't get too low in here, I'm not very worried about living on this run. So if we have to sacrifice some HP to get through this faster, I don't really have a big problem with that. Any situation like that where it's just like, oh, I think I might take damage, I might as well just run into enemies with the virus. I've walked right into those spikes. That's not a thing we want to do. If we are going to take damage, we at least want it to be to do something to the enemy. Man, this would be a much different experience if I had any orbitals. If I had any orbitals to be much, much faster. But that's okay. We'll get through it. Started watching that Glow show today with Alison Brie, right? That's her name? I think so, yeah. This is pretty good. It's about a women's wrestling organization in the 80s. It started up. It's a pretty interesting start to the show. They clearly, the writers at least, or producers, or whoever is in charge of making the show what it is, clearly understands what wrestling is, and Mark Maron's in it. And he's really funny so far. I'm interested to see where that show goes. I should be using black powder more. That's really what's up. Should be using all of our tertiary damage sources to kind of be putting out more damage than we maybe should be doing. Where's even an enemy? Oh, there you are. Come on. Come on. Come on, just walk into it. That's what I like, right there. Kill people with kill all the enemies with pentagrams. That's what we like. Gonna bait him into brimstoning his own enemy. I was gonna take some damage here because this guy's really tanky, and I just kind of want to get through with him. I think I've already taken all the damage I can to get any bonuses out of Bloody Lust. I'll test that though for sure once the virus wears off. That does seem to be the case, so we're already at our max damage. So as you can see with Libra there, balancing all of our stats out, we do considerably less damage than we would have before. So, I mean, it's probably a bad item for our run, but you know, we move faster and stuff. That's neat. And if we can pick up some upgrades that normally wouldn't be very good for us are now going to be at least decent. Like any range upgrades will be fine because they're going to be all stats upgrades, any speed upgrades, shot speed, really anything. We're going to be list all upgrades are good upgrades, but unfortunately they're pretty marginal good upgrades at this point to every stat, instead of good upgrades to one stat. We're just going to trade shots here for a while, I guess. That's fine. There's a lot of HP to pick up in this room. It's been about 5 minutes in this boss rush here so far. It does have breeze boobs. Alright, so we got Samson's Chains. We finished boss rush. Got Dry Baby. Here's her item. If shots hit Dry Baby, it gives us a chance of dealing damage to everything in the room. We're going to move on here to the womb. Yes, Mikey, breeze boobs were in it a couple times in the first episode. I should have just used Unicorn Horn to avoid that room in general. It's always a pain. Unless you have Flight, which I still don't. Been wanting that for a while. Okay, so we got a Joker card, so we're going to get an extra Devil Deal that we normally wouldn't be able to get. Somehow or another. Yep, everything's dead. Great. Still, the best way for us to deal damage in this run is still our virus contact damage. So we're going to keep rocking that. And really, I should be making circles here. Because that's a good little chunk of damage, too. What was that? I didn't see it. Battery charge. Don't need that. I think Sharp Plug's actually a lot worse with Libra. I think it's normally more damage to all of your stats. But, Libra, I think, just makes it a worse trinket in general, unfortunately. Haven't actually tested that synergy before. It's not often I get Libra to show up, honestly. So it's kind of happy to see it. It's a pretty rare item from my experience. There's some items that it's incredible with. Not a lot necessarily, but there's some that it makes it a really fantastic item. Like soy milk kind of turns you into a Gatling gun as far as damage goes. Soy milk's usually bad, and Libra's usually bad, but you combine the two and you get an actually really fantastic item. Or item combination, I should say. Run into all these enemies, get them all dead. everything. There's not been a ton to talk about. Kind of the doing the same thing now that we were doing like 4 or 5 floors ago, without a whole lot of change up in strategy. Just kind of pump the unicorn stump and then walk into enemies with the virus. Like it's just a good thing for us. It's not really changed. The only real difference is now we have black powder, so we can make circles. Yeah, and we got enough of a black heart stock where we can just run into enemies to kill them. We don't feel like dealing with a room. Secret room? Nope. Magician card, not very helpful. Just get us homing for one room. Take out, oh, he got me. That was a good shot. Hop up that thing quick. So I guess I killed it. So that's nice. We got a cube of meat. Perfect. This is going to be our orbital that I've been asking for. So now our strategy of popping unicorn horn and walking into enemies. I also forgot to pop the Joker card, which is a bummer. It's going to be, or anyway, our strategy of walking into enemies is going to be much more effective because now we're going to do a lot more damage from that. As you can see, we can just kind of crush everything now. I don't have much point of picking up money. I don't think there's anything I can use it for anymore in this run. I'm gonna go ahead and play this guy some, just because I can. Get our stat upgrades for the floor. Give us some growth hormones, which is, would be a speed and damage up, but instead it's just going to be an all stats upgrade. Okay, gonna continue on here. Blow up all the things. Yeah, this run's gonna be much quicker now that we've picked up that orbital. We would have gotten one before boss rush. Boss rush would have been a very, very quick prospect. It would have taken. We would have finished it in half the time, easy. But we didn't. So I'm just gonna walk into those spikes apparently. Take that speed upgrade, which didn't give me anything, which I'm a little cheesed about if I'm being honest. Not very happy about that. I guess with Libra, there's for some reason Libra didn't give us any upgrade with that. It's unfortunate. Is the speed? I don't think so, but maybe the speed caps 2 when you or 1.86 when you have Libra. I don't know why that would be, but I guess it's a possibility. I never really paid attention. Gonna fight Mom's Heart here. Just gonna let our cube of meat do a lot of the damage for us. There's Dry Baby got hit, so he dealt damage everything in the room. Got hit again. Unfortunately, Mom's Heart is, I believe, considered a flying enemy, so she won't take any damage from black powder. The Devil Deal again, so we'll walk through here and we'll go ahead and do Shoal. Been doing a lot of Shoal runs recently. They've just kind of been presenting themselves, so I've been rolling with it. Unlocked the Fighting Baby and Coat Hanger. Curse of the Maze. We don't have any chance of getting a Devil Deal on this floor, so I'm just going to go ahead and pop it. We got a Dark Bum. We'll turn our red hearts into black hearts or spirit hearts. Honestly, with how many black hearts we're generating, I don't think he's going to be very valuable. Normally, he can defensively be your only defensive item you get on a run and make you okay, but we really don't need it with our Virus Unicorn Stump combo. We're generating plenty of black hearts as it is. And we also have Guppy to back it up. It's really a defensively stacked run. We've got Unicorn Stump, we've got Guppy, we've got Dark Bum. No, we don't have Guppy, I'm sorry, we have Gimpy. That's what I meant to say. Been getting Guppy so much recently that it feels like I have it on every single run. Gotta say, I'm kind of happy it didn't show up on this one. I can take a break from Guppy. I do love getting Guppy, but it kind of makes every run a little samey, if you know what I mean. take him out. Happy about that. I think when we picked Libra up, it gave us a tears and damage downgrade. So just all around was probably a really terrible pickup for us. I'm going to pop this just to do it. Why not? Let's open all these up just because I can. Here's Wooden Cross. It's another defensive item, so I'm really not too concerned about taking it. Just because we really don't need more defensive items. Pretty well set as far as that goes. It'd be nice to have some more damage at this point in the run, but also we're not getting most of our damage from our damage stats, so I'm not too concerned. Just gonna walk right in those spikes. I'm gonna walk back here and take a black heart and be sad for my mistake. I think we're gonna save Lemon Party for Satan here. Make him really not enjoy his day. I don't think I've ever used Lemon Party on Satan, and I know it won't work during his second phase, but his first and third phase should die pretty well. Actually, now that I think about it, his first phase is flying too, so really we should just save it for his third phase. Gonna be doing well here. Clipping through rooms. There's speed upgrades that doesn't... Wait, did that one actually give us an upgrade, or was that dim bulb? Or vibrant bulb? I think it was just vibrant bulb. Gonna hope that's a small rock. Nope, spirit heart. Don't need that. Oh, there's another tinted rock. Nope, got some money. Not that we need it. Wish I could have a donation machine right now. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, took some damage, but it's fine. More HP than we can take is spawning for us, so I'm not too worried about taking some damage here and there. We could really take a whole lot of damage on this run and not really be very concerned. I think we're just going to go straight to the Satan fight here. Gonna wait, and self-sacrifice with all HP on the floor. I don't know if there is a self-sacrifice room. I know there was that room with the spikes in the middle, but that one's not actually a self-sacrifice room. It just looks like it. Oh, it's a little confusing. I'll go look around the rest of the floor, see if I can find one though, Mikey. Alright, I said I'm going to use Lemon Party. Let's do it. So that's done. Beat Satan there. We're gonna see if we can find a self-sacrifice room. Ah, stupid Curse of the Maze keeps teleporting me to rooms. Have I explored? There's still one direction up there. Yes, I know this one looks like a self-sacrifice room, but it would be marked on the map as such if it was. It's just a room with spikes in the middle. I know it's confusing. So unfortunately we don't have a self-sacrifice room, so we won't be able to do that on this run, Mikey. Otherwise I totally would. I don't see one on the map. Unless it's got to be at the end. It's always at the end of a group of rooms. No? So yeah, it's not in here, unfortunately. I'll blow this up. I don't know why I'm even bothering. Some bombs. I mean, you know, we're done with the run, so don't really need them. Okay. So we're gonna go back here. We're gonna finish up. I think this is the ending we've seen a bunch now. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and skip it. Got blood rights. I guess that's it. Alright, thank you for watching. I'm going to keep things streaming here. But I'm going to kind of do another intro so everyone can watch. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all those kind of YouTube-y things. And I'll see you later.